Hello and welcome to the CHIC podcast. This is Chef Tom. How you doing? Glad you could join us today. And I got a little special video project for you. Chef Christian Foray visited us a couple weeks back and wanted to show you some stuff that we shot of him and our students and the fellow faculty making some wonderful things for a buffet. So I'll be back throughout the podcast to sprinkle in some comments for you. But right now, enjoy Chef Christian and his visit to Chicago. Thanks for watching.
I know you're scared. I know your father's man.
Hey Chef, how you doing?
Hey, good.
So tell me about your visit here in Chicago.
All the time it's a very nice pleasure to stay in Chicago with all my friends. You know, here in Chicago you have a very nice table for the students. Very nice food.
Thank you.
Yesterday night we made a nice buffet.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the students did well too.
It's a very nice experience also for the students.
Well, thank you for coming to Chicago.
Thank you for receiving me.
Chef Christian comes and visits us. Well, he's been here twice. He comes from Ottawa, Canada. And what is really nice is the folks at Le Cordon Bleu, North America, send somebody out. Sometimes it's Chef Christian, sometimes it's other folks, to work with us at school. And what you're seeing is Chef Christian working with us in the kitchen, mostly the instructors. There are some lucky students there who are joining us, but mainly it's the instructors. So this is Chef Christian working his magic on some small pedophores, some little spritz cookies there, and some macaroons, and those will be ready for our buffet, as you'll see later in the podcast. This is Chef Christian working with my students from my last class. We were doing a plated desserts class, and you'll see that the decorations are very beautiful. He uses a lot of tempered chocolate in his plates, which is kind of nice. He does some fruit sculpture, and it's just some beautiful stuff that he does. But again, what I like is very simple stuff, though, not overly crazy.
From Vegas, I have a lot of friends in Vegas. We make 4,000 couverts table every day. We make 4,000 pan like this. Okay? So all the time, it's not expensive. Huh? You go to Home Depot, you put in the freezer, all the time you have one ready.
Later on in the visit, Chef Christian showed us some magic he does with ice sculpture, and the chef drew out a really interesting, like a swan. And again, that was good for our. He makes like a swan himself sometimes, but he did a swan for our buffet, and he uses chainsaws and chisels and all kinds of cool tools you see there. And it took him probably, I don't know, hour and a half or so to make a beautiful sculpture out of a swan. And he just goes at that ice like crazy. You gotta be really careful, of course, if you're using a chainsaw. Don't try this at home, kids. He's a pro. Enjoy. Next up was a buffet that we did. Chef Christian is known for his pedophores. You can see here, these are some beautiful pieces of his work. And then we put all the chefs to work too. And all the pastry chefs put on a beautiful buffet. Chef John with his chocolate fountain. Man, all kinds of good food. I mean, stuff that you would just not believe. A lot of it done by Chef Christian himself, as you see here. So, and there's a lovely display of flowers by Chef John. He's an excellent arranger, as you'll see him later in the podcast. And Chef Christian, of course, working with our students. And that's really ultimately why we have these sort of things. It's some crazy times too. Chef Bob and Chef Marilyn there. But you know, really, this is the best thing for the students too, to see chefs working together as we do in our natural habitat.
One of our pastry chefs said, "Lloyd, are you proud of us?" And I look at this work and it's absolutely magnificent. But my answer was, I'm always proud of you. Okay, for what you folks do every day for our students. That's your making department. So Chef, I thank you.
Thank you very much. Showpiece, accompanied by Chef Nancy Caring. Again, let's give them a round of applause to get them started.